Now let us start by launching ComfyUI. So to launch it on the desktop, you have this shortcut created. You can double click on this to launch it, or else if you come into your folder, we have installed it in our D drive AI Studio Windows folder. If you come into ComfyUI Easy Install, you have start ComfyUI.bat file. Before we launch ComfyUI, let us update it once. So run this update every 15 days or 1 month. First select this update easy install.bat file, double click it. And now this is going to update your installation. Now it is updated. I will press any key to exit it. I am going to update ComfyUI.bat file. Double click to launch this file. It is updating and it is just checking for any latest files, and if it is there, it will download and update it. And now once update is complete, it is launched in your browser, and if you come to the command prompt, you can see ComfyUI is running. Now I will close this command prompt and also close my browser. You have the third option here, update ComfyUI and notes.bat. Double click it and wait till all the notes are now updated. ComfyUI has been updated and it opens in the browser. Again, I will open the command prompt, close this and then close the browser. We can now launch ComfyUI using this start ComfyUI.bat file or using this shortcut. So now I will double click to launch ComfyUI. The very first time you launch ComfyUI, you are going to see a template screen. Because we have already launched it many times, we are not seeing it. But if you want to open this template, on the left hand side, you have this template icon. Click on this and this will open all the workflows of ComfyUI available to you. You have all templates, popular use cases. For image, if you click, you have different image creation template. For video, you have different video creation templates. For audio, you have different audio creation template. Right now, I am going to close these templates. I am going to show you this workspace. You are seeing the first workspace as unsaved workflow. And in ComfyUI, you can have multiple workflows open at a time in tabs. You have one plus button here. If I click on the plus button, another workflow will be open. If I click again, you have a third workflow open. So right now, I will close these two workflows. And the main area, the grid area that you are seeing here is called as the canvas. And in this canvas, we are going to generate images, videos, audio, and all kind of AI stuff by using a small building block that is called as a node. Now, in this canvas area, if I roll the mouse forward, you can see that I can zoom in closer. And if I roll the mouse backward, you can see I can zoom out. And as I zoom in and zoom out, you can see how the area is changing here, and also the zoom value is changing here. Now, on the bottom right corner, you have a small toolbox where you first have two tools here. One is the select tool, keyboard shortcut is V, and another is hand tool. Select tool is to select different node objects on my canvas, and hand tool is for panning. Then you have fit view, and when I click on fit view, all the nodes used in my screen will be fitted in one screen. As of now, there are no nodes and my scene is empty. I can click on this arrow and select different levels of zoom. Zoom to fit, zoom in, out. Keyboard shortcut is Alt plus equals or Alt plus minus. I have hide minimap. So I can hide this or show this minimap here. And finally, you have hide links. So this I'm going to show to you when we start building nodes in our canvas area. And on the top right area, you have a tool panel. The first panel you are seeing here is the plugin RG3 Comfy. This will be shown only when this plugin is installed. You can also bookmark the workflows, and you have ComfyUI Manager. And then you have favorite custom node list, unload models. I can actually free model and node cache. I can also share my workflow here by clicking on the share button. Next, I have the run button where actually we are going to execute our entire workflow. And if you click here, you have run, run on change, and run instance. You have three options here. Set the number of batches that can be run at a time. So right now it is set to 1. You also have a toggle properties panel to open and close the properties panel. Now coming on to the left hand side menu, the very first C symbol here represents the menu. And when I click on this, you can create a new workflow by clicking here. This is equivalent to clicking the plus here. And you can open the workflow, save it as a different name. You can export it to a different location, and you can even export the API. And then you have edit, undo, redo, clear the workflow, then refresh node definitions, unload the models, unload models and execution cache. All these are in edit. And in view, you can view the bottom panel, browse template, focus mode, canvas performance. So all this you can access it in the view menu. Then in the theme, right now it is set to dark. I can change to any theme like this. So I will set it back to dark. You have node 2 which is disabled. Later on, we are going to enable it because it is in beta. Some old nodes may not work with nodes 2. That's why it is currently switched off. Then you have browse templates. So when you click on it, you get this template window. This is the same as the template button that you see here. Below that, you have settings. I can set different options here. We are going to explore this later. Leave all the settings as it is and close this window. You have manage extension, and sometimes this ComfyUI manager will be present here, and you have help, and help is also present here. Then you have assets that we are going to use here. Right now, there are no generated assets. Then you have nodes categorized based on different categories. Then you have models, all the folders that we had created, you can see it here. Then you have workflows. Right now you are seeing one getting started workflow. Then you have nodes map, templates. I will close the templates. Now you have help, and here in the console window, when you launch ComfyUI, along with the ComfyUI opening in the browser, you also have one command prompt open. And when I click on this command prompt, you can see all the commands of my ComfyUI easy install getting executed here. Now this same command prompt, I can come into ComfyUI and enable console window to see this. Right now, I will close it. Then you have different shortcuts. I will close it. Settings, we already have seen it in the ComfyUI menu. Now, before we continue, I want you to come into the YouTube video page or the e-learning page. Scroll down and in the description, click on more. You are provided with a Patreon page link. Click on this link to open it. This will bring you to AI Film Studio Setup and Filmmaking Patreon page. Scroll down, and if you come into the attachments, you have one 6 starting workflows.zip file. Click on this to download it on your hard drive. Open it in the downloads folder. Cut or copy it from your downloads folder. Now in your PC, come into your D drive, AI Studio, Windows. In ComfyUI easy install, we installed ComfyUI. And here if you come into ComfyUI folder, if you scroll down, you have one user folder. Double click to open it. You have default, double click to open it, and you have workflows here. Double click to open this folder, right click and paste it. You just right click on this, choose extract all, and browse to this AI Studio, Windows, ComfyUI install, ComfyUI user, default. Select this folder and click on the extract button. You have a workflows folder unzipped here. Just open it. You have getting started here. Open this. You have 10 files here. Press Ctrl A and select all these 10 files. Cut it from here. Come into default workflows, getting started. Right click and paste it here. And if it asks you to replace it, click on the replace the files in the destination. You have all these 10 workflows placed in your getting started folder. Now if you come back to ComfyUI, press R to refresh the page, come into workflows, open get started, and you should see all these 10 visible here. Now if I click on help and resources.json, this is going to open help and resources. So here you have a detailed resource of all help contents available for ComfyUI. You can go through it. Right now I will close this. Come into one Juggernaut Reborn text to image JSON is loaded here. You can see this is a ready-made workflow created for you. If you come into models and nodes, you can see there is a file that needs to be downloaded, which is less than 2 GB. You can see where this file has to be saved. In models checkpoints SD15, I want this file to be saved. I will click here. I will browse to my D drive, AI Studio, models. I will come into checkpoint and I will create a new folder called SD15 inside this, and then double click and now click on the save button. You can see this 2 GB file will now be downloaded. Once it is downloaded, I will press R to refresh my screen once again. Now coming to load checkpoint node, you can now see SD15 Juggernaut Reborn Safe Tensors. This is now visible. If you see here in the prompt, I have just written a prompt to show an Indian woman wearing an elegant traditional sari, standing in the middle of vibrant Holi celebration. If I just click on run here, you can see a green line running on the top, and you can see how a green line is moving box to box, and you can now see an elegant image of a woman has been created. So we have successfully created our first locally generated image. Come into AI Studio renders folder, and here you should be able to see this rendered image. This was the very first image that we have created. I will run one more time to create another variation of this image. So you can see holy color on her face, and we have got another image of this Indian woman. We have successfully created our very first locally generated image. Now to close ComfyUI, first come to this command prompt and close the command prompt. This will stop ComfyUI. You see the reconnecting here, and finally close your browser. So we have successfully created these two images in this session. And from our next session, we are going to explore how these custom nodes are built.